everyone. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to join us today. My name is Taylor and I'm a student here at Chapman. On top of being a student, I'm also a parent trying to juggle completing my education and parenthood. My son is almost 4, and since he was born, I've been just struggling to complete my degree, but I haven't been able to. I haven't been able to go to school full time, nor have I been able to participate in school activities. He's such a joy, but having to coordinate our schedules has left me feeling defeated and like I'm missing out on the college experience. I've had to pass on opportunities to join honors associations and other school activities. I'm not alone. Almost 25% of higher education students are parents. On top of trying to complete their education, most of them are employed. As a result, they are stretched very thin, and with no one to help them, their education is likely to suffer. Joining us is my colleague, Andrew Carvajal, who's going to tell you a little bit about what my experience means for the Chapman community. Andrew?
Taylor, now here's ideas for needs for change. 3.9 million undergraduate students are parents, and they spend about 70 hours a week outside of school. Reason being is for works and to take care of their children. And a big cause of this is because 57% of these parents are low income, which means that off-campus childcare centers cost more than their average rent payment. And there's also competing schools in the Southern California area, meaning that over 50% of 2 to 4 year colleges and universities offer child care services, but only a small number, from 7 to 9% of private universities offer these child care services, such as LMU, Redlands, Occidental College, Claremont Colleges, California Lutheran University, and Laverne University, who are pretty much all similar to us as a Chapman community. And to continue on these ideas for change, I bring about my colleague, Newman.
To build off what Andrew is saying, we currently have no available hands-on experience for the IES majors and graduate students. However, there is a class, IES 295. The course title is Education Field Experience. However, this is only offered. It's not a requirement of their major. And for this course, you have to commute to other schools that he was just talking about to get the hands-on experience. And having to commute raises a few potential issues, such as transportation, first off, if you have a car or not to get to and from, and if you can afford the gas money to get there, and also the issue of coordinating schedules. And then also, there are no childcare opportunities offered for Chapman faculty, employees, or students. And this leaves them with a few different options. First being the hassle of dealing with coordinating babysitters, which can become difficult with finding a schedule that works for everyone, and the money issue. Or they can rely on an outside child care center. And hopefully this child care center is conveniently located and reasonably priced. And then if you rely on these child care centers, especially if they're the affordable child care centers, you put your child in a lower adult to child ratio, which not every parent feels is right. And next up is Paula Augustine to provide us some solutions.
Thank you, Troy. Now, in order to address the issues that my colleagues have just mentioned, we would like to propose the idea of opening an on-campus childcare facility. Now, this facility will be available for students up to the age of 5. It will be offered at a discounted price for faculty and for students, and students also have the option of either paying in order to enroll their children in this facility, or they can choose to do a work-study program in which they would work for hours instead of paying for their child's enrollment. It will be staffed by IES majors as well as graduate students, and also it will be staffed by trained professionals, so your children will be in good hands in this facility. Finally, this allows for fieldwork opportunities for the IES students as well as for faculty to be more available to students since their children will be available closer. Now I would like to present to you Jacqueline Fisher, who will further discuss our proposal.
All right, thank you, Tala. So, as my colleagues described earlier, there's clearly a need for a child care center on the Chapman campus. And to think about what it's going to do to the Chapman community, how it's going to affect us, there's first 3 steps of visualization. And the first one is a sense of community. It's going to create a deeper sense of community between the undergraduate students, graduate students, and the professors, because they will all have a personal tie. If they have a child in the child care center, it's relating their home personal life back to Chapman. It will keep up with the competition. As my colleagues mentioned earlier, the other schools already have childcare on their campuses, so now we can be on an equal playing field. And it also helps with specialized education for majors and their research. They will have the ability to have on-campus research right at their fingertips, so anytime they need it, they can get a fuller education for educating young children. And my colleague Joanna is going to come and talk about the steps needed for action.
Thank you, Jacqueline. So, as discussed by my previous colleagues, other private schools in Southern California do offer childcare services, which puts Chapman University at a great disadvantage. Once proving that childcare facilities on our campus would be both prominent and profitable, we would begin by surveying the student body, including undergraduate and graduate students, as well as the faculty members, to assess how many people would be utilizing our childcare services. Next, we would begin interviewing licensed teachers to make our childcare services competitive with independent preschools outside of universities as well as within universities. We would love to partner with FAFSA and create scholarships for students in need who would suffer from using independent childcare services off campus, therefore affecting their school life. In the beginning stages of our childcare services, we would like to utilize empty classrooms in the IES building before constructing a separate building. And lastly, to spread the word to the community about our childcare services, we would employ a marketing and advertising team to update the Chapman website as well as create a separate website for our childcare services. Please remember that all of you have the opportunity to change and make an impact in student parents' lives, advance them towards graduation, and create a more well-rounded life on Chapman University. Thank you so much for your time.
Wow.